Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Now. Today is Friday, July 16th. I'm Stephanie Haney, and I am here with your top stories from WKYC.com and your WKYC app. Thanks for being here to get filled in on what's going on here in Northeast Ohio. We start with the big story of the day. It was quite the controversy when it happens. People were questioning why. There was conversation from the coaches as to why it happened when Kevin Love got selected to be on Team USA and go to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And today, we are learning that he will not be on that team. He is actually bowing out. This was first reported by ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, and he has said that because of his right calf injury that limited him to only 25 games for the Cavs last season, he will not be going to Tokyo with Team USA. Love's agent, Jeff Schwartz, confirmed the news to ESPN, and this is the statement from Love. I am incredibly disappointed to not be heading to Tokyo with Team USA, but you need to be at absolute peak performance to compete at the Olympic level, and I am just not there yet. It has been a tough couple of seasons for Kevin Love. A lot of people questioning why he was part of Team USA in the first place, with Team USA's coach coming forward and saying, yes, it's been a tough season for him, but he has the experience and he's been there before, and that means something. So now, depending on who they fill that roster with, Team USA might be going without that experience because it's Kevin Love who was there in 2012. It was Kevin Love who led the team with average rebounds in 2012 when they went on to win that gold medal. This will be Team USA's fourth consecutive attempt to get a gold medal. They've gotten a gold medal at the last 3 Olympics, so they're going for 4 in a row with this one. Now, Kevin Love, definitely an impressive career. He's a 5-time All-Star, former NBA champion, Olympic gold medalist in 2012. But now he seems to be coming to a place of accepting that his role will change in the NBA. Here's a quote from Kevin Love. I think I understand going into my 14th season that probably being that number one guy, playing 35 minutes, getting 20 touches a game is probably in my rear view. He went on to say, but in how I can affect a team at my level now and feeling how I'm feeling now, I know that I can do that at a very high level. So I don't try to put a ceiling or limit on myself at all. So long as I'm feeling good, I know I'm going to play good. Now, our 3 News sports analyst Ben Axelrod pointed out recently that feeling good for Love has been a little bit tough. He has played in only 102 of the Cavs' 219 games over the last 3 seasons. That's less than half if you're doing the math. Speaking of doing the math, the CDC director has said that COVID-19 in the U.S. is now becoming a, quote, pandemic of the unvaccinated. Nearly all recent COVID-19 hospital admissions and deaths are among the unvaccinated. That's according to CDC director Dr. Rochelle Walensky. Today, Dr. Walensky says that cases in the U.S. are up about 70% over the last week. Hospital admissions are up 36%, and deaths rose by 26%. Dr. Walensky says the Biden administration expects cases to increase in the weeks ahead because of spread in communities with low vaccination rates. 4 states accounted for 40% of new cases last week. 1 in 5 of the new COVID-19 cases came from the state of Florida. Here in Ohio, our governor, Mike DeWine, says he does not have any plans to reinstate a mask mandate as the case rises. Here's a quote from Governor DeWine. There's one way out of this, and that is more people get vaccinated. He was speaking today at John Glenn International Airport. He thinks the Food and Drug Administration moving the vaccine from emergency use to regular status, full approval, will get more people to get vaccinated. DeWine said this, now, it's not going to take care of everybody. There's a lot of people who will never get vaccinated, but I believe that there are some people who are waiting on the federal government. DeWine also said that he's expressed to the White House and he's publicly expressing to the FDA that he believes that it's time to give the vaccines full approval. He says, we have lives at stake and we cannot wait any longer. Now, recently, Governor DeWine said he would be introducing new incentives for Ohioans to get vaccinated, but he hasn't announced any details on that yet after the Ohio Vaximillion drawing, where 5 Ohioans won $1 million and 5 Ohioans between the ages of 12 and 17 won a full scholarship to an Ohio school, including tuition, room and board, and books. Now, if you have children, there is more money coming your way, but be careful about that because it's not necessarily money that you might be entitled to, meaning you might have to pay some back. I'm talking about the child tax credit. Starting yesterday, more than 1.2 million families in Ohio will get the monthly checks until the end of 2021. This is part of President Joe Biden's child tax credit initiative. But this is not money that's coming out of thin air here. This is monthly payments that are an advance on the tax credits typically applied at the end of the tax year. So the child tax credit is nothing new. There were some changes in the amounts that were made, but getting the payments monthly is new. Right now, as it stands, families get $3,600 annually for children under the age of 6 and $3,000 for children's ages 6 to 17. But 6 months of those payments will be advanced directly through the end of 2021. So eligible families will get $300 a month for each child under 6 years old and $250 each month for each child between the ages of 6 and 17. But here's the kicker. If you get overpaid, you'll have to pay that money back because these payments are based on either your 2019 or your 2020 tax return right now, the payments that you're getting right now. But eligibility for the credit is based on your 2021 income. This is according to Lisa Wood, a partner with Whalen and Company CPAs. So what that means is if you make more money this year in 2021, but you get paid based on the amount of money you made in 2019 and 2020, you might end up owing some of that tax credit back when you file your 2021 taxes next year. So keep that in mind. Check your balance sheets because you don't want a surprise when it comes to filing your taxes next year. Now, people who are eligible, who have already filed their 2019 or 2020 taxes, should get those payments deposited into their accounts on the 15th of each month moving forward. Now, we've been talking about the George Floyd mural that was destroyed by lightning in Toledo. It is getting national attention, and now there's a GoFundMe that's been created to raise money for a bigger George Floyd memorial mural. Not exactly the same thing, but the same thing in this instance here. Now, the previous George Floyd mural, like I said, was struck by lightning, and now they want to create something bigger. The mayor of Toledo has committed to replacing the mural, so has the artist, David Ross, and now it looks like they may have a little additional money to do that. So if you're interested in participating in that, we have the link to do that on WKYC.com. Speaking of giving back, in Findlay, a pizzeria owner gave an entire day of profits to employees to show his appreciation. I'm talking about Heavenly Pizza in Findlay. He wanted to show his workers gratitude. The owner, Josh Elkert, gave the entire day of sales on Monday back to his employees. People paid attention too. The customers really showed up, really wanting to show that appreciation for the people who work at Heavenly Pizza, which has been in the area for quite some time. Normally they do about 100 orders on a Monday, the owner said, but this week they did 220 orders, so more than double that. So that was over $6,000 in sales and $1,000 in tips. And all of that went back to the employees. And that accounted for the employees who were working, made about $78 an hour for that shift. That is some good money. Not a bad day's work. One of the employees, Timmy Lemire, said he'd never experienced anything like that before, and it's a big gift. And he's been working at Heavenly Pizza since he was 15 years old. Now, 5 years later, at the age of 20, he's an assistant manager. And he says that the boss, Josh Elkert, leads by example at work in the community. Timmy says that kind of giving nature is why this place runs so well and works so well. Another company also giving back. Today, Swenson's gave first responders and military personnel free lunch at the new Willoughby location. So if you love Swenson's and you were in Willoughby today and you are a first responder or a military personnel, maybe you were able to get in on that, but also just pay attention to the fact that if you love Swenson's, there's a new one coming to Willoughby, and it opens on Monday. Now, its typical hours will be opening at 11 a.m. On Sunday through Thursday, they close at 1 a.m. They stay open a little bit later on Fridays and Saturdays till 1:30 a.m. Swenson's, known for its Galley Boy, that's that double cheeseburger and the 2 homemade sauces. It is frequently ranked among the best burgers in America, so if you're in Willoughby, you will have to drive just a little less far to get your Swenson's fix. It's also a favorite of Akron native LeBron James. His order: he gets a double cheeseburger, an onion rings, and a banana milkshake with real ice cream. That's what he likes to get. There's also a secret menu at Swenson's, by the way. We have that linked at WKYC.com. But speaking of LeBron James, The new Space Jam movie is officially out. It's Space Jam: A New Legacy. It's starring LeBron James, and there was a special premiere for it yesterday in Akron on Thursday night. So the movie out now today in theaters and on HBO Max, but at Akron's historic Akron Civic Theater, there were 4 showings yesterday. They rolled out the red carpet for the LeBron James Family Foundation. They had an exclusive showing. There was popcorn, candy, soft drinks, and it started with a message from LeBron himself, the kid from Akron himself. Here's what he said to them. He said, "This is my appreciation for you guys to be able to screen Space Jam: A New Legacy early." He told everyone in attendance how much he appreciates them. That is out now, like I said, in theaters and HBO Max. That's it for your 3 News Now update today for Friday, July 16th. I'll see you next up on What's New with your trending stories in the Clicking in Cleveland segment, and I will see you back here on Monday. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you stay dry. I know we got a little bit of rain coming our way. That's according to our 3 News meteorology team, but by Sunday it'll be dry. And hopefully you get to enjoy some time outside and some good weather this weekend. And I'll see you back here on Monday with more 3 News Now.